I'm not here yet. Hello, John Heap. Oh, and I never said hi to Ethan. Hi. I hope new microphone is decent quality. What do you mean quite like ASMR? Do you want me to increase my volume? Is that what you want? It's already up to negative 15 decibels. Can't do much with that. I need an in progress screen. I really don't have this set up properly. Don't even have this place open. Hang on. But if I make it go higher, it ends up being, what's it called? My mic ends up peaking. Also, I had the previous mic up to minus 15 as well. Here, let me put some gain on it for you. There. Oh, ow. That's a bit loud. There. No, that's still low. There. How's this? Okay. Sorry, I just don't have an outside ear to set up my mic. I did just wake up. So. I did wake up, had to rush setting up my mic, and then set up my game, set up the stream. Yeah. Just another day of waking up at 6:45. Look, I'm a night owl, so I wake up around 1500 and go to sleep at like 3 AM, so. Okay, in theory, just in theory, we should be okay to go. There we are. Okay. Is the music too loud or is it okay? Do you work a night shift? Of course I work a night shift. How's music volume? I haven't had time to check that. Well, you can always add stuff. I don't know what you could add specifically. Maybe a survival element, like make the houses cost something, you know? It's not just infinite. Okay, turn it all into one mesh and make it better perform. I don't think you can turn it all into one mesh because of how it's just generated. Unless you're trying to turn the house into a mesh, then you need to work with Blender. Okay. What do I want to work on today? I made myself a little to-do list, just so I have a bit of a direction where to go, so I'm not here babbling for 4 hours. I want to work more on the inventory system, and I do want to make a GUI service for myself. Honestly, not fully sure what order I'm gonna be doing things in. I think. The Roblox added draggable UIs recently, didn't they? I want to see how those work real quick. If I throw a frame in here and then UI drag detector. My frame disappeared. Frame. And then drag detector. And then I test. In theory, I should be able to drag this around, right? Yeah. But the thing is, if you turn it into a union, that has horrible mesh topology. And you might have more issues with convex hull decomposition for collisions than just leaving it as is. Hazel. Draggable UI is cool. I'm gonna so we want a GUI service to be client side, right? GUI and M service. Let's call it that. I'll hop on factory and try automate chemical science. Okay. I wish you luck with that. Personally, I've never got that far because I'm lazy and I get bored of the game too quick. Let me get up my formatting because, yes, without my formatting, my code's a mess. Where do I have that saved again? Over here. Jump to there. Copy that. There we go. Formatting inserted. So you're a module. GUI animation service. I'm gonna have this work as object-oriented programming again. Because why not? Let's have a global function of module register URI. And to be consistent, let's make a GUI. GUI, and this is gonna be a base player. No. What's the base class for a UI? GUI base, okay. Wait, what am I working on? I am making a GUI service to make animations easier. I'm gonna have a table of registered GUIs so it doesn't create an extra table creating a memory leak every time I need to get the UI back. It'll just check for if registers GUI, then, and it'll return registered GUI. It's right there is the thing. Registered, okay. Spelling. Otherwise, local new GUI is a meta table with the base set to UI, and we'll return new GUI instead down here. But before returning, we'll also be sure to set register GUI to new GUI. So new GUI is, yes, Enderfox is back. Enderfox is the dev fox. New GUI itself is going to need a reference to the GUI it references. It's gonna have a connections folder. Table. Sorry. I have a connections table. Local GUI equals please make GUI. Sadly, that is not how it works. Actually, I don't think I need a reference to GUI here. Do I? I'd rather have it. If I made my parts in a loop, how would I get the first part of a certain property without overcomplicating? First part of a certain property. What do you mean of a certain property? Like... Yeah, I don't understand that wording, I'm sorry. Alright. Well, also make another separator here. This is gonna be base UI functions. Thank you, autocomplete. We are gonna have a couple. No, that is not what I want. Function base UI. UI. Why did I name this base UI? I need to be UI. User interface is slightly different than graphical user interface. I'm gonna keep with GUI because that's what Roblox calls it. Sorry about that. This is gonna be register connection, and I'm gonna name this event name, which is gonna be a string, and I'm gonna do a animation, which is animation name, which is gonna be a string again. And I'm gonna have a other function. It's gonna be a how do I don't know how to type a function. Can't just do that. Looks is a type of a function. Apparently brackets is meant to work. No? Oh, apparently this is how you type a function. That is crazy. Okay. I don't remember. Does it work? Because the connection is a event is a property of an instance. So can I just do self.gui square brackets event name connect function print test. If this works, I'm gonna be impressed. To have a quick bit of testing, I'm gonna throw a frame in here. I'm gonna throw a local script, and I'm gonna do local GUI service is require game get service replicated storage dot services dot GUI anim service. One extra bracket that I need. Local GUI is GUI service register GUI script dot parent UI register connection. This is a frame UI dot mouse enter, sure. Capitalized mouse enter, and in theory, if that works, that'll be golden. Okay, yeah, that works. I hope there is a better way of doing this than making a bunch of huge if loops. My code is a mess. I mean, you could check for the properties every time it generates the terrain block, if you can do that. Oh, I don't know how your code is structured, so. Okay, let's see. I want to put this somewhere. Okay. I just have local event for now. If animation name is nil and other function, then event is this, but we connect just other function. And then we can pass self into that. And yeah. I'm just gonna make some check variables and they will be given a value of the block. The block is the property, and then after the thing can't be given to other blocks. That works. Devo, help me, my model tab at the top keeps closing. I don't know how to fix that issue. The only way I've managed to fix that issue is resetting my entire studio, which is a pain. You're gonna have to look that up on Google. There is no way I'm about to make an oil bus. Don't make an oil bus, make an oil train. Oil train is more efficient, can travel fluids, because pipes in Factorio have a limited capacity, so you need a train. You just need a train. Where was I? If animation name and function, then I'm gonna have a folder named animations under the GUI service. It is going to play this is a question mark. This is a question mark. Actually, no. There's no reason to do this. Better if it's separated out. So instead, I am going to do this. Warn can't register both a predefined animation and a custom at the same time. Return. Don't need that. Okay. Else, it's just gonna be this, and it is going to find the animation in. What's up, Tomcat? Just working on a quick GUI service to make coding GUI animations a bit easier for myself. This is the same game I worked on the other day. I think that was Thursday, if I remember correctly. It's been a second. Mostly gonna be doing inventory stuff for today, which is why I need GUIs, because inventories tend to be UI. Yeah. I want to find the animation and then play the animation. So, local animation is gonna be script dot animations find first child animation name. Let's do this here actually. I did put up, okay. If not animation, then well, animation is not about animation and return. Okay. Else it would just be require animation. It's gonna be play. I'm also gonna add animation name, other function, animation parameters, which is gonna be a table with a question mark. And this is gonna be passing the animation parameters. And also are going to want self.gui so it knows what to animate. What's the furthest I got in Factorio? Green science. Yeah. Didn't get past green science. Okay, so if it registers it ends up registering a event here, then it'll put into the connections. However, I'm gonna change this up because this is likely to override things. Self if not self dot connections square brackets event name then is flat, and then table.insert self connections event name. There, that works. And you have space. Yeah, I have space age. It's fun. Bro, how come my folders haven't loaded into my game? Are they server-side folders? Though that might just be Roblox bugging. Yo, Billy, I'm not Billy. I'm Devo. There's a difference. Do you have any Minecraft SMP? No, I don't. And I'm in Roblox. It's a... Look at the title as well. This has nothing to do with Minecraft. Come on. Did Billy announce my stream again? Is that why? No, he didn't. Okay, I was worried for a second. Billy is in a call though. But yeah, like I said, I ain't Billy. Or a Bob. I'm a Devo. I'm a fox. I'm a talking little foxy woxy. Sorry. Where was I? That sets up the table. That registers connection. That's fine. Billy is live. Oh, he might have sent... Hang on. Twitch. Let's see. No, he doesn't seem to have posted a link to my stream in his thing either. Interesting. Okay, but a polar won't go in the game even if it's there before running testing. Interesting. I don't know why your studio is doing that, Ethan. Yeah, sorry to disappoint you. This is not Billy's channel. I'm just a friend of Billy. I don't think he does YouTube. He mostly does Twitch, so Also, Soul, what do you mean what was that? What do you expect? I'm a fox. I'm gonna make weird noises. I've just been working up the confidence to make weird noises and now you're making me feel uncomfortable. Grr. It's okay though. It's okay, don't worry. Mr. Ro. My spine hurts. It is not happy with me. I slept wrong. This hopefully works. So if I do a... Ooh. One thing I do want to do is UGUI dot start scale is GUI dot size start position, and we can add those later if we need. Let's put this around like so. Really didn't copy. There. That's a bit cleaner. My train setup hopefully works and is able to pathfind hopefully. That'd be cool. Okay, I think this should work. If I add a module script here called row. Do I have capital for this? Sure, let's capitalize it. No. I'm gonna lowercase this, mostly because I am going to go animation, and this is gonna be string.lower. Okay, that makes it easier to find. Unable to track the segments of doom and despair. That is disappointing and annoying. Okay, list is going to be structured differently. Return function. This is going to be probably the most cursed oops, it's going to be the most cursed module script ever. It's returning a function directly rather than a module table. I'm passing you the GUI and animation parameters. In fact, I should be giving you self. There. Same with here. Okay, in theory that works. This is a GUI of capital G object, which is, well, a table, to say the least. And animation parameters, which is also a table. Local GUI is the object.GUI. Local original size is that. Original position is... No, this is wrong. Tweaking. Ooh, actually, I'm gonna change animation parameters to be at the end. No, that doesn't work. Okay, this is just gonna be a table then. And this is gonna be table on back. So it turns into different oopsie functions. Solve animation parameters here. And I'm gonna change this up. This is gonna be new GUI. Oops. New GUI dot GUI is, and this is gonna end up being a table. Gonna have the GUI object. It's gonna have UI size start size, start position. And this is gonna be people unpack self.gui. There, that should make my life easier. This, however, is going to be a bit trickier because I do need to add a 1 in there. I think that's fine. Okay, that means I can go GUI, which is a base GUI size and GUI position, and then animation parameters, which is gonna get unpacked. Let's go with time, which is a number. Let's go with scale, or actually scale multiplier, which is again a number. Needs to be lowercase. Local Queen service is game get service. Queen service, easy for animations. Oh, GUI base, other way around. Local tween info is tweeninfo.new. Time. Okay. Local goal is size equals GUI size dot scale multiplier. And then in theory, I can just make the tween be that, play the tween, and then we are good. And this needs to be different because this isn't play, this is just brackets. Yes. Okay. So now in theory, if I register, so I change this from, well, I add more information is what I do. Oh, of course it doesn't autofill, because why would it autofill? Animation name is grow. Animation parameters, I'm gonna leave that as nil. 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 I don't need to do that, I can just do that. And over here, just to make sure things are okay, time is time or 1 second. Actually, let's make it 0.1 seconds. Scale multiplier is scale multiplier or 1.2. That should be good. So just double checking it's registered, and then we playtest, and now we find the errors. Okay. Invalid argument number 1 to unpack table expected got nil. Ew. This is... Okay, let's change how this works. If animation parameters, then can we else animation this, and then this, but we can remove this ending. Wait, no, this is wrong. If animation parameters, then animation is require animation, just to clean that up a little. The GUI is not alive yet. I am personally, I don't think I'm alive, and I'm an Enderman. I don't know, I'm a teleporting construct. Watch this break again, because I forgot something. Yeah. Okay, well, we got much further. This is gonna be times udim 2 dot new. This is gonna be scale, multi-scale, 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 multi. X, X, Y, Y. Yeah, okay. Maybe that'll work this time. Nope. It doesn't like this. On udim 2. Okay. How about... I have about 4 huge if statements. If statements are scary. Especially when they grow to out of control sizes. There. Dot x dot scale dot x dot offset. I think that's how udim2 works. Scale then offset. Yes, okay. Times the scale multi. And just same thing over here, but it's y instead. And then maybe this will work. Okay, yeah, that works. I can make another animation that's replace set. And then I'll just make this the start GUI size. And then I can register mouse leave to be reset. And then I have a UI that grows and shrinks when I hover over it. Perfection. This makes me happy. Basically, I just took the hard part out of GUI scripting, which usually is setting up the animation and registering the connection. Literally, all I have to do now is this. And it just works. Pretty neat. Oh my, I ran out of drink. I will be right back. I'm gonna grab myself a drink. Oh, I don't have a proper be right back screen for dev streams. Okay, I'll just be back. Alright, I am back in front of the mic. Got myself, well, it's punch again. I only drink punch or water. Water is nice too. Where was I? Oh yeah, I had just made functioning UI. I wonder if this works with if I add a drag UI drag detector on it. So I hover and drag. Ooh, that works. Okay, that makes me happy. I wonder what sort of events does the drag detector have? Local script. Let's see. Local drag detector, which is a drag UI drag detector, which is okay. I hate okay, stop parent. I really dislike the generative files a lot of the time. Ooh, it has a drag end event, it has a drag start event. Okay, well, this is what I was hoping for. To have a drag end event. Because that means I just made it make all the separate grass and stone and stuff into unions, but it messed up the block shape and the collisions. Like, it's good for optimization but looks horrible. All that code was useless. Well, that's how it tends to be when you're experimenting. And don't get me wrong, experimenting is good because you learn what works and what doesn't. Gives you a better concept of how to code, for lack of a better word. No, code assist, shut up. I don't want you. Okay. What I am going to do is I am going to grab GUI service and then do that. In theory, this should just return the same GUI. Let me check. Print registered return. I don't need. Ah, okay. Mess that up. I need this to be script.parent.parent. Registered return. Okay, that works as intended. I built a few more stuff on my map. Could you take a look and tell me what you think? I sent them in media. Hey Mohammed, welcome to the stream. Let me see this. Where is it? In media. Ooh. These are really pretty as well. Again, I have to comment on the fact that you just use shape to your advantage with the houses. Like, they're not bland, they're not cube. It's neat. Also, your roofs are pretty decent as well. I usually struggle with roofs. One thing you could... Oh, I was gonna say one thing you could work on is putting more outdoor stuff. So, what's it like? Like, clutter, almost. Like, a house wouldn't have a clean front yard. It would maybe have a bike, or it would have a hose, or an external outlet, or... You know, little small details that make it feel like it's lived and it's used. It would maybe have a trash can out front. It would maybe have a bit of mess that's not being cleaned up, you know? So that is, honestly, I think the only improvement you could really do other than practice. Because these are really nicely made. I forgot I was AFK on the server. Now I got 7 spare villagers. Oh. Spare villagers are not that... spare villagers are always good. Always good and useful. Okay, I want to script.parent dot drag end connect function, and I want the GUI to alright, I'm gonna add a different function. I'm gonna add a base GUI, base function, base GUI, animate. This is going to take everything but event name. Actually, I'm not gonna give it another function because this is purely so I can use the functions. Animation name is needed here, and it is basically going to run let's code. However, it is not assigning it to an event, it is just running it once. Let me format this. If I can find the format button. No, that's not the format button, that's the make new script button. There is the format button. So in theory, I should just be able to go GUI colon, and then it's, let me find it. UI. Where is it? Am I in the wrong thing? Oh, I'm in player module. I'm stupid. Colon animate. So I'm gonna try something real quick. Over here. Because this return is probably messing stuff up. So if not registered UI, then it will make the new one. There, that might help autofill be a bit more useful. It did not. Oh, yes it did. Let's see. I like dev stream. The farmer isn't getting the carrots on the ground. Well, their inventory might be full. I am screen sharing my laptop inside my game. Interesting. Like live screen. That is interesting. Didn't know you could do that. Diva, how come my Pearl keeps despawning? I don't know, Ethan. Like, I don't run the server. I don't know what optimizations happen. It could very much be that there is a optimization for entity culling that occasionally deletes spare entities, and it might be triggering on the Ender Pearl. Alright, oh, that didn't work. Why did that not work? Print end. Oh, okay, that's my fault inside the GI animation service. Over here. But this should just play it. And play. Okay. And something is wrong with my reset code? But it can't be. Int nm. Oh. You know what it is? It's working perfectly fine. I'm more stupid than I thought. I'm only resetting the size. Position. There. So, in theory, every time I let go, it should just snap back. Hehe. It's a bit buggy. I might need to look into cool looking scripts, fam. Thank you, Tester. Is there a way I can disable this? Yes, I can. I'll just do script parent enabled is false. And then we'll do task wait. I think it's 0.1 seconds. Let's increase it to 0.2, just increase, and then re-enable the parent. Okay, well, that works. Bit buggy if you mess with it, but that's drag detectors. Okay. Is there a way I can fix this? Because that is currently an issue. Yeah, this will be for the inventory. The idea I'm having is so you can click from here and then drag it down here. And if you just let go, it just hops back up here. You know, the main reason it's buggy is because of the drag detector. It's sending out the end signal, I'm pretty sure, prematurely. Though I can't be sure unless I do something like this. No, it's not doing that. But it keeps trying to play the animation. Why does it keep playing the animation? What would that achieve? It needs to have the detector, otherwise it doesn't get dragged. Let me think. Because I also have the drag start connect function. But click, but that's not, it's not firing more. That's the thing. And it's gonna need the drag detector anyway, so that's just extra overcomplication for no reason. This, I could possibly... Why do a lot of people make their own inventory system rather than using the pre-made one? Well, for me at least, I'm doing it because it's a challenge. It helps me learn new things, and it also makes it more customizable than Roblox's inventory system. Like, a lot more customizable. Excuse me? Mr. Frame? Jeez, where did you go? The frame ran off. I don't want to be here anymore. I'm gonna make the key inventory keybind your custom in... Huh? To make the key inventory keybind your custom inventory. The key inventory keybind your custom What? Oh. Well, I got confused because you said key inventory keybind. I'm like, okay? Yeah. I'm gonna be making that key. It's just to keep it the same as Roblox. Or I could put it on tab, because tab is more common on most keyboards. Are you going to make the default inventory keybind the same as the new one? Yes. I'm also probably gonna add tab to that list, because might as well. English is hard. It hurts my brain. This is why I speak code, not English. Well, I speak both, but I prefer code. Okay, I wanted to make a ability to pause the other animation. Ooh, but you would have to re-register it every time. I'm not sure what the game plan is, I'm still thinking. Because this is just ludicrous. You know? Is this event behavior? Hang on. This might be a... Oh, still has issues. It is printing when the GUI goes back. Prints end, which is the only time that should be triggered. What I could do is... Oh, I know the issue. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna need a new little... Okay, I know the issue. Because every time the mouse leaves the square, the reset code is called. Meaning it is sent back to the middle. Because it tries to shrink, basically resets it because the mouse leaves the square. And it's leaving the square because it goes too quickly. I'm gonna make a function base GUI clear connection event name and if event if self dot connections event name, then loop through it and then disconnect. In theory I should be able to go into here, and on drag start I need to go into GUI reset connection. If I just double checking how I spelled that, otherwise clear connections, not reset. Reset connection, and I'm gonna have a single N because it's not resetting all the connections, it's just resetting one of the connection. There, clear connection. Clear connection, and it's going to be the mouse leave connection that it clears. So if I got that, it should grow, it shouldn't teleport back. Perfect. But now if I leave, it doesn't reset. Okay. Which just means over here, I just need to re-register it after. I don't need to be enabling this either. Oops. I do need to animate reset. And I do need to register connection mouse leave reset. Okay. In theory, that fixed it. Yep. Perfect. How long have I been working on Roblox games? About a decade now. Started when I was really young, so nothing too substantial, and I've just been learning by myself since then. But yeah, that fixed it. Thanks for the input, tester. It was, in fact, one of the animations messing it up. I just hadn't realized which one. Because I thought it was re-triggering the end from the drag detector, but it was actually just detecting the mouse leaving the square because my mouse was moving a little faster than the UI itself. Good old input lag. It works as intended though now. One thing I will change is this guy's anchor. Anchor point, I'm gonna put it to 0.5.5. Mostly because it scales around the anchor point. So now it scales from the middle rather than the corner. Makes it a bit neater. This is, I'm gonna be honest, this is a little too satisfying. This might be an issue. This is gonna end up being an issue if it ends up being too satisfying. Another thing I do want to test is, can I change the parent of it while running? So if I do this script dot parent dot parent script dot parent dot parent dot parent geez is even this player is local the player GUI dot r. This might break. Yeah, that breaks. Okay. Can't do that. And it disappeared again. Five there. Okay. But now that we do have the GI animation service working, and also some cool extra things I didn't know were possible, like this, I think I can do what I want now. So I have a item base. If I make a copy of this item base and throw it into the scrolling frame, and then I make a copy of this coded section. Come on. Really? There. Copy. Paste into there. Let's see if this works as I expect. No, it in fact does not. That's lame. What if I change this to, well, this one to interactable false? That means you should click through it. No, that doesn't work either. I have been coding since the last 5 years, and I finally thought of doing something with it and decided to start with Roblox. I just got done with learning luau syntax and stuff, and now the studio works. That's awesome. Diabolical. Oh, and hi to the stream, Mr. Diabolical. Sorry. My brain's a bit slow because code plus stream plus I have my own voice blasting down my own ears. Actually, I can stop that. Hang on. There, I don't hear myself anymore. That should free up some thinking capacity. This, I need you to behave. That's okay. Let me think. Because I'm probably gonna have to make a custom scrolling frame. Or change how I'm doing the UI. That is mildly inconvenient. Unless I'm gonna try something. This is unlikely to work. Yeah, as expected. Although I did disable interactable, so let me put that back on. Then, oh, okay. Well, that's not what I was expecting, but not bad either. I can work with this. Let's see. We'll try to learn GUI next, and the main reason for me to write all this, if I do decide to make a game after learning, I will need someone with experience. Could I contact you in Discord? Well, if you join my Discord group that's in the description, I'm happy to give feedback, but I am not a great teacher, so don't expect too much. But again, I'm happy to try help. Why does my mouse hit have to output coordinates and not the part? Because it's evil, that's why. You just what you could do, Ethan, is use the stuff that the mouse.hit gives you and make a raycast, and then the raycast will give you the instance. Because, no, not mouse.hit, you can get the origin of the mouse, you can get the direction from the camera, and then use those to send a... Hello, Copilot, why are you open? And then you can... I can't tell if I like or don't like scrolling through documentation. Documentation's fun. But still, you should throw on a raycast and then use the raycast to get the instance. That's your best bet. I'm honestly surprised this works as well as it does. This I think I can work with. Because... might be an issue that's the canvas group though. Yeah, that's gonna be an issue. That's the canvas group, and that's gonna be an issue with scrolling frame. I can make overlays instead of worrying about that. Okay, let me reframe this. Size goes into the frame. So does the position. And then this gets thrown over to here. Inventory frame. Background transparency. The 5 and then make it dark there. It's gonna be a bit cute for a bit, but yeah. One thing I did just break, because it's gonna have a different name, is picking up items. Yeah. This I just need to do in... I hate it when I do that. Inventory frame. Instead of canvas group. Should have named it properly first anyway. In theory, I should be able to just, yeah, pick stuff up. Wait, did I see that it still clips? It still clips. Clip. Descendants. I think it's clip descendants is disabled. Ooh, that's gonna be... That's not ideal. I don't know how I'm gonna make this work. Because I can't drag out of a scrolling frame. There is a good chance I'm gonna have to make a custom dragger. Which... honestly shouldn't be too bad. It's annoying that I have to make a custom dragger though. The main issue I'm having is I need to be able to change the parent, so it's brought onto the main screen so I can drag it around and above other UI. That it just doesn't work with a scrolling frame. I'm out of drinks again. I'm gonna go grab a drink while I think about this. Hello, hello. Okay, my mic died for a second. Yeah, I can't think of anything better than a custom dragger right now. Which is a bit of a doozy to implement. Yeah. Especially because it's not gonna have... Oh my god. That frame needs to stop escaping. The main issue is going to be the relative position. Because otherwise it would just snap to the mouse. That would be a bit ugly. Though I can make a tween. Okay. Let's make a dragger. Base GUI. Sorry, my brain is working overtime right now. Add dragger. I don't like furries, but keep going your cooking gang, never quit this. Of course I won't. Thank you, Bond. Add dragger. I need the... Well, it already has the GUI via self, because this is OP. Can I actually do... Okay, there. This is gonna be a base. No, this is a GUI base. That's the opposite way around. GUI. No, not at all. Please stop autofilling random stuff. Thank you. Dot What events do you have? Okay. I'm gonna change it to a frame for a moment. Mouse. Mouse enter, mouse leave, mouse moved. Let me check the documentation. Okay, the mouse enter connect function. I'm also gonna grab a function service, which is gonna be user input service. Game get service, user input service, and then user input service dot input began connect function. Input, which is input object, and then is boolean. If game process, then return end. If input dot key code is not equal to, no, I don't want you to autofill the whole thing. I want to double check that you're not hallucinating. There. And then this is where we want run service. Run service is game get service run service, and run service dot render step connect function. And for now, we'll just okay, yeah, sure. How do we get mouse? Local. Oh. User input service get mouse. What's delta? Returns a change in pixels. Mouse location. Returns a vector 2. Okay, that works. Mouse.x and mouse.y. Ooh, the thing is, I need to set that up on a frame. Let's do a different frame than this. This is gonna be test frame. I'm gonna keep the other one to have something to compare to, and I'm gonna change the background color of this one to a purple. I guess purple's a nice color. Test frame, instead of having this drag detector, it's gonna have the custom one. The GUI add dragger. Apparently that doesn't exist because this is a lowercase add, I'm pretty sure. Unless I'm going crazy. Oh, I just didn't change because I'm a little stupid. Mouse left is not a valid member of enum.keycode. Oh, because it auto-filled it with random stuff again. Mouse left button. Please. Thank you. Okay, well, that's getting further. And friend. Oh, it doesn't get that far. Okay. Yeah. Might be dying here. Print input.keycode. Oh, it's input.keycode unknown. Okay. That's no fun. Input dot. User input state dot. No. User input type. I don't usually use user input service, so this is me experimenting. User input type dot mouse button 1 input type. Okay, let's give that a try. Okay. It's having issues with the... I need you over here to... Ooh, how do I self-reference this? Collision systems are annoying, I can agree with that. Okay. I can't just do self. I could, however, do register GUIs. This is gonna be self GUI 1. There. Registered GUI. This is square bracket. Self.gui. I think that's right. And then I can clear the connection for mouse leave. Okay, well, that did something. Maybe I need to re-get the mouse every time. That would make sense. Oh, yeah, that works. Uh-oh, I don't have a way of letting it go. Help! I can't let go. Ah! Uh-oh. Well, that's something to work on. User input service dot input ended. And I am gonna have you. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Here. New GUI dot dragger is nil. And then I can just do here. Self dot dragger dragger is equal to that. And over here I can just do self dot dragger disconnect. Yes, and then self dot dragger is nil. Hi, History Hub. History Hub. Yeah, I read that right. In theory, I should be able to... Oops. I messed something up. What did I mess up? This needs a bracket, I'm pretty sure. There. Okay. I can drag and stop. Attempt to index nil with disconnect. And print self dot dragger. Oh, that's GUI dot mouse leave connect function. There. Local. Actually, no. Local input input again. Local input ended. Input began is equal to that, and input ended is equal to that, and then I'll just cancel them over here. What's the game name? I'm also Roblox Dev. I don't have a name for this game yet because it is just being made currently. It's I don't even know what the main concept of the game is. I'm just making backend systems mostly. Find a dev stream. Hey, Wilkin, how's life doing? Also, you're also, yeah, also, what? My brain. Ethan, okay, so moving down the terrain completely messed up the trees somehow. Is it like, you might be calculating the height level wrong, which is Y, or is it Z? I can never remember. Okay, idea is, when the mouse leaves, input ended is disconnect. Input ended, disconnect, and input began, disconnect as well. Do I not have... Oh, I misspelled it here. Input ended. Thanks for the stuff, history. Uh-oh. Well, that broke. Making a dragger is more difficult than I anticipated. This here, I need to re-register. Register connection. And it's going to be mouse leave, and it's going to be reset. Ooh. Okay, well, that's getting somewhere. And I'm also gonna make separate reset scale, size, and reset position. And then just an overall reset as well. Because this is reset size. This is reset position. And then this frame I can just do reset position. No, I want reset size, not position. Size. There. Okay, I need to change... No, I don't need to change anything, I don't think. Add dragger. Over here, I'm gonna add a function for on end, which is defined as a function. And we're going to have this be down here on end. And we're gonna have on start. On start, that goes here. Trees fixed with the most simple change in existence. AI is boring, coding is relaxing. Indeed, it is. Hang on. Bro, why you don't use Roblox Assistant? It will make your work a lot easier. I don't use AI Assistant because it makes my work a lot harder. Because... yeah, it makes my work a lot harder. Mostly because it likes to hallucinate way too much. Like, it invents functions I haven't written. It changes capitalization of built-in event functions. It's just stupid. Blunt items usually get smaller when you drag them, so you can drag them into the slot UI. Well, I'm working on it. I'm making a working dragger first. I'm working on backend, not the actual function. I know, bro. One time it destroyed my game. Yeah, it is absolutely evil. Assistant can either read your mind or make you disappointed in humanity because of how bad the suggestion is. You are right, Vulcan. Like, sometimes it reads my mind. Sometimes it's like, perfect. Other times it's like, why did you... Okay, I'm not even gonna question it at this point. Well, don't crash out, Ethan. Just take a breath. Like, yeah, take a breath and, do better. Sorry, that doesn't help. What projects? Nothing much you can check out. I do have one, which is Tree Game. That's not too big, and I sort of halfway abandoned it, so it's never gonna get updated, but I do want to work on it, but I don't know, we'll see. This is my current focus right now, and I'm hoping to actually get this game out and working. I do need to make this an if statement, though. If on start, then... if on end, then... don't need brackets there. What's your username? It's extra956. That's the username I use in Roblox. Okay. Function. Okay, this is on start, this is on end. On start, I'm gonna make UI. Reset connection. Mouse leave. And then again over here. And I also want UI animate reset position. I don't accept friend requests. I need to clear out my friends lists anyway because too many people. I think that's okay. What should break? Reset size is not a valid animation. What do you mean reset size is not a valid animation? Oh, because I accidentally capitalized it. That was stupid. That needs to be lowercase. This needs to be lowercase as well. Okay. Attempt to call missing method reset connection off table. It exists. I tell you, I probably spelled it wrong to be honest with you. Reset. No, that's register. And it's clear connection, not reset connection. I'm a little stupid. There, clear connection. Alright, it basically works the same. It just is a bit more snappy than this. Sometimes it seems to like to break. Why does it do that? Ooh. Hang on. Did because I see. Because it's game processed. Why is it getting game processed though? I need to change list to let go no matter what. Okay. That fixed it. Devo, you know there is 1,000 player limit on friends now. I'm sorry, 1,000 player limit on connections. Oh my god, why did they call it connections? I know there is, but I again don't want a bunch of randoms in my friends that I don't speak to, you know? That is reserved for actual friends. If you get what I mean. I keep calling it friends connections. And even if the game gets any popular, that 1,000 limit is gonna get filled up quickly anyway, so... You get me. It broke again. Why'd you break? What am I doing wrong that's making you break? There is nothing that should be making you break. Ooh, you know what I could do? Welcome, you speak. Yeah, I talk to you on Discord. That is not really like I help you out on Discord. I don't really count that as a friend. Sorry, that's cold, but to be counted as a friend, we actually need to be playing games together. For example, like Sol and Mixie. And Hex and Ethan. I play games with Ethan. Will you publish? I hope to publish this project. That is the end goal here, to have a published game you guys can all play. Ew, I completely forgot what I was gonna do. Oh, right. I was gonna switch ended to be in front of began. Mostly so it makes sure it's registered. Oh no. Why are we breaking, man? This is one of those scenarios where I'm utterly confused as to why it don't work. Evil. How do I detect if my house collides with trees, as it is only detecting me? You can use a park request. I don't know. You can check overlapping collision boxes with the group. Yeah. Also, I want to friend you to play games. Well, if we ever end up discussing, oh, we want to play games together, then I'll friend you then. When I know this game is published and what will happen in it. When I know this game is published and what will happen in it. What? I'm confused. Are you asking about what the game's about? When you next check out my game thing, I improved snapping to the grid by about 5,000%. Okay, I can't wait to check that out, Ethan. This is annoying. If tablet tracker, then disconnect. If tablet tracker, then return. Maybe that'll fix it. Nope, that did not fix it. Oh, I think it's the same issue as it was last time, where the mouse is leaving. Yeah, it's leaving the square. So I need to change this up. Mouse leave. Input ended, disconnect. Okay. Local mouse hover. Mouse hover is false. Mouse hover is true. And then over here, input ended. If mouse hover, sorry, this needs to be if not mouse hover, then input ended, disconnect. I wonder if I can disconnect itself. Like the release date and the plot of the game. I don't have a release date because I don't know how fast I'm gonna be able to get it done, especially while streaming on the side. The plot, I don't know about plot yet. Gameplay wise, it's gonna be doors. So you go into a procedural dungeon and you collect loot, you go out, you can sell the loot, buy upgrades with survival elements. So you have to keep in mind your health, your hunger, your thirst. Think sort of backrooms mixed with doors, I guess. Actually, that's a good way to putting it. Backrooms mixed with doors. Okay, well, the fix I just did fixed the issue. Though I will do a full reset instead of reset position. So I'll just change Oh, no, that's different. I need to do it here. Just a full reset here. There, that matches that. Okay, I made a custom dragger. Now I need to make a separate thing. I need to make a offset calculator. That's fun. So kind of like repo. I guess kind of like repo, but also not really like repo. Like repo has the upgrading system I'm gonna be using. Like you can buy stuff, that sort of stuff. If they're selling. But it's also gonna have health and hunger, which repo doesn't have. Which is more like a backroom survival game. You know? If you're making it like the backrooms, you have competition. Vulcan, it's not gonna be exactly like the backrooms, it's just taking the survival elements with monsters. Other than that, it's gonna be a different style, it's gonna be a different layout, it's gonna be different... Yeah, it's gonna be a different style, it's gonna look different. I will be right back, I need to go use the bathroom. Alright, I am back. I know your ID, I will play your game when it is completed. Alright. Well, if you join the Discord in the description as well, I'll be posting when it's published. I'll also be doing more dev streams on it, so... Yeah. Did you add the pink pasta? No, I did not add the pink pasta because you guys were freaking out over it. Instead, you get to enjoy blocks. You know, we are in a fantasy world. It can be pink. I don't care. It can be pink. Can be pink if I want to, okay? Okay, but this works as I wanted to. Why didn't you just use actual image? Because realistic pasta in a low poly stylized game. Do you see how that's not gonna work? Vulcan, I'm gonna extract your soul and put it in a bowl. And then that will be the healing item. Crazy. Block X nil. Okay, interesting. That's a new one. I'll have to try get that error to happen again. I'm gonna be honest, this is surprisingly simple for Dragger code. Deceptively simple. I feel like something's wrong. Drug. Let me think. Hey, DFXO, how you make Minecraft video nation craft text, which is in your thumbnails? I didn't actually make that. One of the other members made it. Dino did. I think it was Dino at least. I honestly don't know how that's made. Like, you gotta ask him if he's still on the stream. He was earlier, though he might have dipped. Here, let me ping him on Discord. He'll maybe come back. Where is he? I know. Someone in my stream chat is asking how to nation craft logo. Okay. Oh, like update titles. Oh, cool. There, I texted him. He might come on, he might not. That's the best I can do for you. Okay, Mr. Dragger works. Though I want the Dragger to be different because I want it to be able to surface. Surface is gonna be a boolean. And if it's surface, it's going to take it out. How am I gonna make that though? Because I need to force it to keep the same size, even though the parent is changed. So, for example, if I take out that, is to where's the drag? Add dragger, and boop. And then if surface. Here. If surface, then I dot parent equals game players local player dot green Oh, this is the first time you're seeing.
Doodly-doo.
My brother is here. Say hi.
Bonjour.
That's French.
Oh. Ça va.
Stop speaking French. Ethan says hi, by the way.
Bonjour.
Oh my god. Alright, see ya. No? Okay, you're coming back.
Au revoir.
Au revoir, Mr. Ara. Alright, that was my little brother. He's adorable. He likes to open sometimes. Yeah. Where was I? Game player is local player dot Archer. No. Layer GUI dot drag layer. Let's see. Local original. Oh, parent. Go to parent. And then I'll just over here. Where is it? There. Input ended. Here the parent is original parent. In theory, this should not behave like I intended it. Wait, did I even? Okay. And surface. It print true. On enter. Oops. I'm debugging here because my brain hurts. Again, I might not be able to do what I want with this. Print. Wee. Okay, does it actually parent properly? No, it's not setting. Yeah, what is GUI even? Oh, it is just that you're the parent. We. Oh, it's not actually printing we at the input. I'm actually printing this, so this is not running. Print input. Oh, it's not even getting to input. What? Just DM'd Ara and he denied speaking French. Who was that speaking French? It was Ara, I'm telling you. What could you possibly type in 100 lines of code for a square that grows? Vulcan, this is not just a square that grows. This is so much more. This is object-oriented programming to handle any and every event, as well as any and every animation I can throw at it. And that's about 100 lines. And then I'm making a custom dragger, so it can drag properly. The river is massive. You gotta send me a picture, Ethan. Send it to me, actually, so the other people can see. This is not running. Why is this not running? Oh, is all OP unless you're making a calculator in the console. Wild. Well, I'm doing specifically object-oriented programming in terms of I'm creating my own UI object that I can attach specific functions. It's running test. It's running over here. It's not running further. Runs with this though. Maybe it's not detecting a click because it's detecting the click on the... No, because that would... It's still user input service that's detecting the click though. Interesting. Can you make a channel in Discord for showing off games like posts so we can make posts? You mean a forum channel? Also, Vulcan, if you want to see the without the backend code, the actual code for the growing, that's the code. You see why I have the 200 lines of support code? Just it's so I can do this. And in the future, any UI I make, I can just do this. And if that references to be more specific, please. Or just runs the animation. And there is different types I can just have. Make sense? I am making my own life easier. This is a one-time cost, and then makes my life easy forever. I need to get this dragger working though. Wait a second. Does this count as game processed? Okay, if I remove game processed and it works, I'm going to cry. Where is it? Here. Okay. Oh my god, I keep forgetting to pause. Oh, yeah, it works. It's just a bit finicky. But yeah, it does what it's meant to. It's still... Excuse me? What? Interesting. Oh. Okay, well, it's not disconnecting now. Yeah, I'll make a channel for it after the stream, okay? Also, you can send links inside media now. Ah. Oh god, I'm getting tired. Okay, since we know that works, I need to check this. Input disconnect. Oh, okay. Other issue. It's so weird having so much experience to just have my brain go, oh wait, that's the issue, and just understand it immediately, even though it is not at all a clear issue. Basically, what's happening is it's reassigning these every now and again. Meaning, if input ended or input began, then return end. Began. So now it should hopefully not overwrite itself. It also locks me out completely. Fun. Because I'm not setting it to nil. Input began is nil. Input ended is nil. I would disconnect. Okay, well, that's just if not input, if input began, then there. Okay, yeah, that seems to work. Now comes the fun I am not excited for, is somehow doing maths so the size and position stays the same. All this for a draggable inventory system. Why am I doing this to myself? But honestly, because I am formatting it like a service, this means I can reuse it for any game I want really easily. I just never have to code this again. And I'll just have a custom dragger that does the very niche, I'd say, niche behavior I want. And also handles all animations. Pretty cool. Makes me happy. Vulcan. Okay. Whatever. I just found another bug. I'm gonna do that again if you don't shush. Interesting. Oh, I might know the issue. Wait, that makes no sense. Okay, I need to click and then hold that. Press import would begin. That makes no sense. Here, let me get a bit more context. Why is it inserting now? Keyboard, stop. And then input ended on here. That'll give me a bit more context to debug this. Attempted to concentrate string with hang on, I'll be back. Alright, I am. This tracker code is annoying me. What the hell? What on earth? Yeah, this is unhappy with me. put print e true. Here I'll just do print b true. For some reason, it's not re-registering begin. Print. There. Oh. This line of code is not happy. I need to separate it. Back the input began didn't. He's on this thing. Because it's not a function that I'm calling. It's a connection. It's different. I am working on, well, an inventory system right now. If not input ended, then yay, I love stacking my code. If not input began, then there. I think that fixed it. Yeah, that seems to have fixed it. Okay. And get rid of this before it spams me to death. What for? Well, the same horror game I was working on Thursday. And also anything else I can use it for. I don't know, it's just a general inventory system. I'm currently, to be more specific, I'm working on a GUI animation service. Just so I can very easily make a draggable UI, you know, animations on UI, that sort of stuff. Basically, it turns my GUI code into this. Nice and neat, really simple. On Thursday, I explained this is going to be a survival horror game almost, if you know Doors, where you go into a procedurally, well, mostly procedurally generated dungeon. But this one is going to have more survival elements and also like repo where you have to collect and sell items. It's basically a bunch of those games stacked on top of each other. Best I can explain it. It's not really 99 Nights, because you can take stuff out and upgrade with it. And it's also not an open world. Well, it's not like open terrain, it's closed off, it's tunnels like Doors. A good mix of a couple things. Anyways, now that I debugged the code enough to where I think it will hold up, I hope, I just need to figure out the maths to fix this. I need to... I need to convert to scale to offset back to scale again. But how am I gonna do that? Who is spamming hearts? Why do we have hearts? A lot of hearts. I wish it told me who was spamming hearts. It's like grrr. Let me see. Scaling, sizing. How do I size? This, I need to get rid of this as well. Oh, come on. I wish it just auto-opposed every time I went into code. That could be a setting. I'll have to check after the stream. What is... Ow. What is absolute size? Oh, that's pixel scale. Okay. Wait, does that mean these come with pixels as well? Okay. So, if I do... I'm not sure how the maths is going to work. But here. No, actually, here. Local absolute equals to UI dot absolute size. Local green absolute size is... I was just gonna do... players local player dot player GUI dot... That's not a variable, mister. There. Oh, what do you mean is my Discord working? My Discord is working. I just have it in streamer mode. No. It's just you might have to restart your computer. Sometimes your GPU likes to be unhappy with Discord. Is dim to from scale green absolute size dot x now is regular absolute size dot x divided by screen absolute size dot x absolute size dot y divided by screen absolute size dot y. Okay, GUI dot size is new scale. Okay, the scale stays the same. That's good. How come I'm always set to offline? Well, for example, during streams, I'm offline because I don't want people interrupting me that I don't need to know. And honestly, sometimes I just forget to change it. But like, when I'm online, that is because I'm available to chat, to play, that sort of stuff. Ow, man, I have my headphone mic down like I'm using that. I'm stupid. I'm using a brand new boom arm mic. It's pretty cool. Well, it's not brand new, it's quite old. I just got a new wire for it because it was missing a wire. Okay. I just need to do the position. which should be as easy as this, but absolute position. Right over here, position, absolute position dot absolute 2. This isn't pixels. Absolute. I think size should be fine here as well. New position is absolute position, and over here as well. And then UI dot position is new position. That doesn't work. Why doesn't that work? I also need to remove the... It is in there though. Or is this the wrong locus? No. Both have the mouse sleeve removed. I don't know what I should do with that game. Actually, why don't I just do something I don't wanna? This UI dot absolute position, and then actually this is gonna be udim2 from offset position dot y. I think that works. And I messed something up. Oh, it needs a comma, not an M. Alright, with that. No, it's still the same issue. Here, let me try something. there. Let's see. Oh, okay, that works better. Yeah, okay, that is my fault. Where is the... Yeah, this is fine. Actually, I don't think I even need to do the absolute position, do I? Yeah, no, I don't need to do this. I just need to do the scale. Because in theory... Yeah, okay, I just need to do the scale. A bit buggy like that, though. Hey, Mr. Pasta, what's up? And Ethan, I just realized I spent 2 hours and 30 minutes trying to fix collisions and stopping. Well, that's coding for you. Time just drains away. Without you even realizing. Like, I've been making this GUI service for the past 2 hours and 42 minutes. 43 minutes, sorry. Reset just does its thing, that's good. New scale, okay. Yeah, they should be fine. Though, I should do something like this. And I do want to change position. It'll be fine. Did you get your mic fixed? Well, I didn't need to get my mic fixed. I instead got a whole brand new mic. Instead of my headset mic, I'm using a boom arm mic, which I already had. I just didn't have a wire for it. But now I bought a wire for it, which Amazon delivered overnight. So thank you, Amazon. And now I'm using a boom mic. So it's much better. Quality should be a bit higher as well, though I don't know because I don't hear myself. But there shouldn't be an issue of it having a stroke unless I somehow accidentally unplug it. Okay, if I go back to the dragger, this over here, it's offset, so I'm gonna say local deviation deviation is mouse. Actually, this is mouse location. Mouse location. Let's make the code a little clearer. Is a vector 2. I think I can manipulate vector 2s with multiplication and division if I remember correctly. So this is the absolute position, so I need GUI.absolute position. Here. That. And then plus deviation.x. And then plus deviation.y question mark. That should maybe, oh, nope. This is just maths issues. I should be able to just change this to a plus. No. That needs to be a minus. Maybe this needs to be a minus then. To the plus. It's leaving. Interesting. This is the part where my brain shuts down because, yeah, this is not fun. Okay, what if I take away mouse location? What does this do for me? Oh, it makes it wibbly wobbly. Okay, in that case, if I add the deviation, it goes sliding away again. Hmm. Oh, it's because I'm resetting the deviation every render step. Okay, here. No, yeah, maybe. Okay, here. Local deviation is if not deviation, then deviation is that. So they should just set it once and then, okay. Oh, is this meant to be minus then? No, it's not. What is it meant to be then? I was hoping it would just work, but it's clearly not doing that. Hmm. My brain is not wanting to function right now. GUI's absolute position, take away the mouse location. Oh. Yeah, I can't always minus, can I? Wait, I can. And then I just apply the negative of that, I think. Okay, I need to grab myself a bit of and figure this out because it is hurting brain. Ooh, maybe I should be keeping in mind that it's the middle of it. So actually, wait, no, but that is the absolute. This is hurting my brain. I need it to not snap like it does. I genuinely don't know how to solve this. Ba-ba-dam. Here, let's see if assistant can be useful for once. Really? I think it's just dead. Oh? Is it gonna work? Why is it so slow? Okay, cool. Last time I tried to use AI for coding, it just threw a lot of errors at me. Well, it does do that. But I'm genuinely lost, so maybe this will give me some pointers. Okay, so mouse location, take away GRI position, and then mouse location minus deviation. Mathematically, this makes sense, is the thing. Mathematically, this adds up. But here it doesn't. Okay, if I just set it exactly to the mouse's location, what does that look like again? No, I don't want this. Hello? Why is Studio crashing? Because I opened plugin management. Excuse me? My studio just crashed because I opened plugin management. That is crazy. Can't even kill studio. What the bloody heck? Oh, now it's dead. Okay. There, let's not do that again accidentally. What was I trying to do? I was trying to play with it going exactly to the player's mouse. But even that is wrong. Because that's not centering. Okay, I had a different way of getting the mouse's location. Wait, no, it closed all my code. I had to reopen it. That's annoying. Where is mouse location? Here. Dot mouse. Mouse. Roblox mouse. Okay. Players. Wait, no, I don't have players in here. Okay. Storage services. Local players. It's game. Get service players. And then down here. Players. Get. Oh, the local player. Get. Mouse. This is mouse. Local mouse location is mouse dot and why. Okay, I think that's what I need to use. Actually, I don't even need. Oh, yes, I do. Vector 2. Oh, vector 2. Please. How long did it take you to learn coding? Well, I've been working on this for 10 years. I'm self-taught, but honestly, it's an ongoing process because you always learn new tricks, new structures. I'd say about 2 years for me to actually start getting any decent at it. And then, you know, continuing after that, you just sharpen your skills. Currently, I am struggling with maths. And I just figured out my issue. Okay, that fixes it. So I can really easily just... .x. And then deviation. So y. Nope, that again messes it up. Man, maths is not fun. What if I add them together? No, that doesn't work either. That's annoying. What if I do vector2.new? Please, vector2. That might actually change things, because I wasn't treating the whole thing as a vector. That might actually have fixed it. I just need to make these minuses again. Nope, that did not fix it. Okay, well, I'm gonna give up for now. I've wasted enough time on this. I'm just gonna have it go to the mouse location exactly. Roll slash, and then I'll add deviation later. Just a note for myself in case I forget. Or I'll just have it go directly to the center for now. Which should work. Alright. That's good. I can drag. Basically, what I just spent way too long on is making a custom drag UI. A custom drag code. This here is Roblox's drag code, which works really well. However, I need a unique implementation because I need to be able to take a instance out of a scroll frame and be able to hover it between multiple different UIs, which you can't do with Roblox's built-in implementation because it gets clipped by the frame. So for that single reason, I needed to recode Roblox's implementation of UI drags and add the extra niche little thing on it to change the parent of the label of the frame or UI. My soul hurts. That was, yeah. So many brain farts. I tried learning how to code so many times, I just have so many brain farts. Well, I have brain farts a lot as well. My suggestion for coding is, well, number one, keep trying. That's what I did. That's how I got to 10 years of coding. Never give up. Breaks are okay, just don't take too long breaks, otherwise you will forget things. And the way I learned is I watched a couple tutorials so I can understand the basics. And then whenever a feature that I want to code comes up that I don't know how to code, I look it up on YouTube and it's like, oh, okay, that's how you do it. I do that rarely now because I know a lot more things after 10 years. And a good way to remember what the videos actually teach you is you watch the video, you do the work along with the video, so you basically copy, but you're actually reading the code, you're trying to understand what each line means. And then you delete what you did and then try to do it from memory. And then if you can't do it from memory, you go back and check the video. It helps it get into your brain, so you actually properly remember. Yeah, it's a similar thing with maths as well. I needed more practice with maths. But yeah, that's how I learned. Though, keep in mind that might not work for you because personally, I have a really, really bad memory. And instead, I tend to logic things out. So I'm more of a trial and error guy rather than remember exactly how to do something. So it might not work for you, but that's what worked for me. Anyways, that gets that implementation out the way, which has been so painful so far. let me see if this works with... It might not. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, here, let me just try it, because who knows if it'll work if I don't try it. Copy this. Paste it into there. Delete that. And if I click play, I go and pick up the item. Okay, it grows, that's promising. But the snapping is a bit weird. Does it work with the others as well? Oh, it does. Okay, well, that is definitely progress. I need to figure out why it's doing this, though. Oh, I think I know why. Because this dex label and this don't have a proper anchor point. Yeah, they need to be 0.5, 0.5 in the middle. And this needs to be positioned in the middle as well, so it doesn't go out of frame. 0.5 and 0.5. And then now it should work as intended. Alright, yeah, that works. Is this some tiling manager? No, this is not a tiling manager. This is a drag system, which has been really annoying to implement because I can't use Roblox's normal drag because I need to be parenting it out so I can move it to a different UI. This is going to be a survival horror game, like a door-style survival horror. Is the eventual idea. I'm just currently working on backend systems. I mean, your Windows tiles. What? You mean these squares? These are just currently examples of what I want to... This one is an example, and this is a test article. And this here is partial implementation. Oh no. I can pick up both of them at the same time. Oh no. That's funny. I didn't expect that to be a bug, but here we are. Wait. Oh my god. If I hold it, the number still goes up as I pick stuff up. That is so weird. Alright, well, that gets the dragging stuff done. I still haven't gotten anything on my to-do list done. I was meant to make item dropping, custom hotbar, inventory to hotbar transfer. To be fair, that is part of the inventory to hotbar transfer that I can drag it out like that, so I've made some progress. But it is getting to a point where my brain is starting to get a bit overloaded. So I might end stream soon. And have dinner. Give my brain a rest. Though, is there anything else I want to do real quick? Not really. What I am gonna do off stream, no promises, but I'll try if I find time. I'll make some proper GUIs so it's not placeholders. And that frame decided to evaporate. Okay, that can be deleted. So it's not placeholders, and we'll see if I can implement it as I want to implement. So I'm probably gonna be messing with UI again next stream. I'm also probably going to be coding the actual hotbar, assigning the using user input service so you can easily click your buttons 1 through 9, so you can select the hotbar items and you can transfer stuff between inventory and hotbar. Okay. Hopefully that'll work as I'm intending. But I'll just have to get there and see. As for today, that'll be all for this stream. Be sure to subscribe so you have a notification when I do stream next time. And I do have a link to a Discord in the description if you'd like to join. I announce every stream there. I also, chat with fans usually. In fact, as I'm eating dinner, I'm probably going to be on a voice call just to chill with you guys a bit. Yeah, and that is, I think, it for today. I'm just gonna take a screenshot of that before I end the stream. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. See you next time.